Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. We're here in the Water Shapers Guild and it's being attacked by Naga from below, and there's some sort of rumbling going on down there too, and the Guildmaster is supposedly down there handling the situation. We're gonna go help her and see what's going on. Why are the Naga attacking? I'm assuming there are probably different factions of Naga, so these Naga might be different from the Naga that we helped, or not helped, but fought with on Hasango, and then eventually sort of made tentative alliance of a sort with them. So we'll see what's going on here.
My eyes be open.
Let's take a.
City's got regulations against this sort of place. No?
You would think so, wouldn't you? Got a stone door over here, and a
You
pot.
might find this interesting.
Okay, take that stuff. And what's this?
I shall make it so.
What did Aloth spot here? Some peridot. Okay. Got a stone door, which... This stone door is sealed shut. A few engraved symbols stand out among the other carvings and inscriptions. Apart from that, you find no evident means of opening the door. A faded inscription is nestled among the elaborate stone carvings. Read it. Huana runes decorate the stone entrance. Ngati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Paraki, master of the guild. Push against the door. The door stands resolutely shut. No amount of brute pressure will influence that one way or another. I'm not gonna punch it. Okay. Let's see what's going on down here then. Okay, we got a bunch of dead people.
I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Okay. Why can we not join and revel in the chorus of her screams? Have they been driven mad, maybe? Stay your appetite for torture, my beloved. Her screams will not run out. Oop. Attack! Okay. And we got some lesser bog oozes over here that we need to be weary of. I think to start with, we'll do a force wall right here. Seraphim.
Be blowing a man down.
Attack them. You'll come up and hit them like so. Excellent damage there. Takehu. Hit him with some water blasts. Good. Got more coming in. I'm glad I'm putting the force wall down then.
Yes.
Klesia, I'm gonna want you to summon this guy. There goes the wall of force. Ow. Oof. Good. You're gonna go over to attack this guy. Immune? Oh boy. Is there an inspect here? No, I think we need to unlock the bestiary to get, like, knowledge of these things. I don't like how you just walked up there. Okay, got a lot of these guys.
Too much.
Jesus. Why don't I get to go? Please let me go.
Oh?
Okay. You're going to do that. Seraphim.
I'll be chopping you to chump. Another attack. Speak your mind.
Takehu. Let's go ahead and get an Andra's whip right here. Klesia, you need to cast this. Okay, so we got the paralyze. Spiritual ally, since that's not gonna work, come over here. Attack this dude.
Hey.
Adir, you need to come over here and attack this guy too. Need this guy to die. Just keep knocking him into the force wall. That's what I like to see.
Can't move.
Andra's whip. Go and put him to sleep.
You need something.
Takehu. You're gonna do a blizzard on them. Clasia. You're gonna step away. Good. And take a shot at him. Okay. Perfect. You're gonna attack them. And then the blizzard.
Second try, I say.
A deer. Kill. Almost got him.
What for, Cap?
Seraphim, finish him off.
Blowing a man down. Another attack, Cap.
Good.
Blood burns.
Okay. Andra's whip, nothing for you to do.
You need something.
Alright. Go ahead and do this on them.
How may I help?
Aloth, use the last one of these on them.
Cap, everything hurts. Savvy?
Savvy. Fire.
Now you be right.
Ooh, that was awesome. Spiritual ally. I know it's immune. You're immune to that anyway.
Rush. But if you have any antidotes handy, here we go.
Good.
Little blue fuzzballs checked out.
Damn the latte.
These wounds run deep.
Alright, we need to heal. Good.
Can't move.
Aye.
Alright, Aloth. Go ahead and do this. Takehu. Do that. You're gonna come down here and cast this. Everybody a little bit of healing, a little boost.
This is futile. Yeah.
Good bit of damage there. Hit him with that. Good. Alright, Takehu.
Yours to command, Captain.
Hit him with that.
But blood burns.
Clasia. And revive him. And then Aloth. You're gonna do this again. Kill him. Good.
What do you need?
And now he's disappeared. Perfect timing for that. Alright, now we gotta kill these oozes.
There's a walloping.
Good amount of damage there.
Aye. Me
Seraphim.
blowing a man down. What say?
Takehu. Cast Blizzard.
But blood burns.
Clasia. Cast that. And you go ahead and cast this.
What do you need?
May I be a candle in the
Okay, that ends him. Good. Could have been more useful if we hit what we were supposed to hit. Guess we did, but you know what I mean. We hit something.
You have my attention.
Takehu, go ahead and cast this.
Wounds remain.
Party diminishes.
Fuck.
Consider it right. Fucked.
Hey.
Alright, get in there and cast this. I don't know if it'll work. Oh, you're like hobbled or something. Okay. There we go.
What do you need?
I need you to get in there.
Speak your mind.
Takehu, go ahead and just fire.
Mother and Gotti.
Mother and Gati.
This is most unpleasant.
That's a lot of damage. There you go. Seraphim. Disintegration.
That's me too, man. At your service. Watch me, mother!
What do you need?
Okay. Boom. 717 experience from that. Okay. Got a couple of injuries from that fight. Not ideal.
As you like.
But we came out on top.
Aye, aye.
Alright. Go back into stealth mode. Now we should have, based on where the Naga came from, we cleared out a lot of these guys. There's a guild master.
On all snakes.
Okay, so we found her. What happened to you? The guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet yours. Her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood.
Myru. Oh, gods, but look what they've done to you.
Takehu covers his mouth with both hands as he surveys her injuries.
Peace, Takehu. I gave back 10 times what I took.
Looking around, I'm not sure about that.
Too many, even for me.
She sputters on a mouth full of blood, but still manages a red-rimmed smile. We have to get you out of here. Anakaza sent me to find you, but I think you need a healer first. I think most of that is Naga blood. You fought well. We have to get you out of here.
Holding myself together. More important matters.
She clutches a wound across her gut and winces.
You are too stubborn to die, old shark.
His voice wavers as a fresh gout of blood seeps between Myru's fingers.
For once, Takehu, just listen.
She raises a steady hand to cover his trembling one.
The rod of the deep. I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
Myru coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
Okay. The rod of the what? Stop exerting yourself or you'll bleed out. Is any of this making sense to you, Takehu? I'll find the rod, just try and stay with me. Yeah, I'll find the rod, just try and stay with me.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
Myra gives you a bleary look as her focus begins to slip away. Wards? I haven't seen any wards. Escape? What's going to escape? You're already gone. Find peace in the beyond.
Pitied is Ngati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. Doesn't sound like she's even addressing you anymore. The guildmaster's eyes glaze over, and she falls silent.
Myru? Myru?
Takehu takes her by the shoulder and shakes. Gently at first, then harder. At last he stops, pulling away and bringing his hand up to clutch his brow.
By Ngati. She's dead.
Damn. I'm sorry, Takehu. Strange last words. We still don't know why this is happening. Let's go. There's nothing we can do for her. Let's go.
Akira, the others will see to her once we've cleaned up the last of this mess.
Takehu regards Myru's corpse one last time before turning away. Oh, hey. Could talk to her spirit. Hey, we got experience for killing her. No, I'm kidding.
The wheel, how it tugs at me. Akira, and how bright you look.
Myru's attention snaps toward a distant speck of light, but she shakes it off to remain in the moment.
At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door.
Myru closes her eyes and concentrates.
Pitied is Ngati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching.
Myra opens her eyes again. She nods as her form grows indistinct.
You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
Thank you, Myru. Rest well. What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, what's it mean? Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point toward the entrance of the sanctum. She reaches to touch Takehu's cheek, but of course her hand drifts through his skin. He shivers, touched by a passing breeze. Damn. Sorry, Takehu. I wasn't expecting her to die. I thought she would be fighting down here. Okay,
I
so
wonder what this is.
first we need to get the rod. Why aren't you doing this? There we go. What's in here? Okay. It's just exceptional scale mail. Nothing to worry about. Then what's this? This statue depicts an Amawa woman, her hand extended and grasping at the air. An eroded plaque sits by her feet. Something about the statue calls out to you, the echo of a fractured soul that tarried in this place for long and thoughtful years. You feel victory tinged by grief and regret. Attempt to read the plaque. The words are much eroded and water damaged, but a few choice snippets of phrases stand out with clarity. Piriki, lure and hunter, crossed the length of, and back again. Remembered, probably, for, cunning deal. Lapis, may her rest. Ulti, soul, Edom. Nothing else about the plaque stands out as remarkable.
This is the tomb of Periki. Such disrepair, I say.
Takehu tuts and sighs. Inspect the lingering soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of the swift winds, where your mates share bemused, self-congratulatory glances as they work. One of them claps you on the back with approval. Shake off the gesture. You step back and aim a reproachful look at your mate, however friendly his intent. You know there will be time for reprieve when you are squared away in Nekataka. Something cuts through the water to your port side, an enormous shape just beneath the waves. Someone shouts that the winds have turned in your favor at last. This is followed by an enthusiastic cheer among the crew. You don't share their mirth. Eyes to the horizon, I say. You bring home a mighty gift, though it take an unusual form, one that you pray to Ngati you are able to keep in check. The vision dissipates, and your land legs reassert themselves. Hold her hand. You grasp her hand with tenderness. At first, nothing happens, but then a tiny droplet of water forms at the corner of her eye and rolls down her cheek, dripping on the floor. Wipe away the tear. You reach out and draw your thumb down the statue's cheek, wiping away the trail of moisture. For a moment, the stone feels soft to the touch. Interesting. Okay, so we got stairs down and a couple passages around. Let's go up here first. So we need to find her rod, right? That's what we're doing. Okay. Antidotes. Potion of relentless striking and elemental defense. Antidote and the Erosian calendar. Alright, and then more stairs down. Guess we'll go down here. Incarp.
Wait, look there.
Ziha.
Trouble up ahead.
Okay.
Yes?
There we go. You're gonna summon that.
Yes, Captain.
Takehu. You're gonna summon this.
What do you need?
A deer. You're gonna come out and attack. Ow. Ow. Alright, you're gonna fall back. Oh, are you? Or do you want to do force wall right here? We're gonna risk doing a force wall right there.
Fare thee well, cold swallow.
Attack him.
Like flogging a figurehead. Futile.
What are you doing? I don't like what you're doing. Whatever it is. Are you gonna come over to this one? Okay. The water slowed you down, that's fine. Andra's whip is there. Force wall. Good. An ice blight. Okay. So she summons things over there.
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
Andra's whip. Force this thing back or down. Good. Clasia. We're gonna go ahead and do this.
You need something.
To Kehu. You're gonna do that. Shining Beacon.
Perfect.
Boom. It's a lot of damage we just did on them. Gonna attack him.
Oh?
Aloth. Go ahead and do a fireball back there. Seraphim. Attack these two. Good. Alright, go to this guy. Go to that guy.
I think I can pull that off.
Good. Another ice blight.
At your service.
Good. Alright. Blizzard up here. Go ahead and do this. Cassia, we're gonna want another one of these. Good damage there. Perfect damage. Oh, we are destroying them. Knock her down. Andra's whip, nothing for you. Spiritual ally. Start moving in.
Captain,
Seraphim.
I'll be cleaving it to the brisket.
Alright, she's almost dead.
What for, Cap? Another attack, Cap. At your service.
Takehu. Got her.
Yes.
She must be the one with the
Oh.
rod.
Shall I-
I'm assuming. Torque of Intelligence. Rod of the Deep Hunter. This unassuming length of driftwood hums with power, and waves of energy seem to break against its surface with the relentless pressure of the tides. The copper is well preserved despite its age, and it pulls with an invisible force like a tug of a dowsing rod. We also got Torque of Intellect. Uncover the threat to the guild. Okay. This Torque of Intellect. Where does that go? So it would go right here. No longer need that, but I think we have a better thing than that here, don't we? Yeah, because it gets power surge as well. So we'll take that.
Yes, certainly.
Okay. Take that, and let's go back up here. So now we can get through the door. This This is probably what's causing the tremors. Touch the door with the Rod of the Deep Hunter. The door reacts at once. A stone panel shifts inside to reveal a circular dial engraved with symbols. This would appear to be a locking mechanism requiring a precise combination. Study the symbols around the dial. Brushing aside a length of dust reveals a circular dial of pictographs. Though you could not guess their relevance or relation to each other, you recognize the symbols themselves. The first is a full moon, its light beaming down on Aora. Okay. The next is a Juana symbol of Andra, classically depicted with the head of an anglerfish and her aspect as Nagati. The next is a pair of hands reaching out for each other, their fingertips just barely making contact. And the last is the rain falling powerfully and inexorably. Okay, let's begin to manipulate the dial. The dial shows an engraving of the moon shining its pale, mournful light upon Aora. Rotate it counterclockwise. So start with Ngati. Press the dial. Hear a grating mechanism clunk of stone, tumblers settling into place behind the door. And then we want to rotate clockwise. Press the dial. Hear a grating mechanism clunk. It's in place. And then we want the rain. So we want to go clockwise again. No, we don't. We want clockwise again. We want these. Press the dial. Oh, okay. I thought it was like you have Ngati, she sees the moon, she wants to touch the moon, she doesn't get the moon, so she cries. Well, let's try doing what we did. Maybe we need to go a certain direction. No. Okay. I don't know why I'm going the long way around, but... Wait. I'm confused. Huh. Hold on, if I press the dial like that... Is it doing it by threes? Okay. Instead of just guessing, let's go ahead and... Pity is Ngati, Lady of Lament, so that's right. As the pearl orb of the heaven crosses her view, says the moon, her eyes well with tears as constant as rain, and then we go back to the moon, and then fingers touching. Gotcha. I was pretty close, I just forgot the going back to the moon part. Alright, so Ngati, moon, rain, Ngati. No, it's the moon. I'm dumb. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. There we go. You hear clattering and whirring as the dial recedes into the door. There's a low rumble as the doorway opens inward, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel beyond. Travel through the passage. The air beyond the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else, something old, which raises the hairs on the back of your neck. As you take your first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding locks. Go through anyway. You navigate the dark, narrow tunnel, pressing your shoulders together to fit the passage. Oh. As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that breached from the depths.
How in all Aora have they kept it down here?
Oh, this would be a great fishing story.
Galloway's feckin' spear. That there be a right bonny beast and a half.
You're right about that.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
The dragon flares his nostrils and glares at you. Dragon! Let me get my bearings first. Who are you? Who are you?
I am Scyorielaphas, Guardian of the Isles.
He slaps his tail against the floor.
You ever consider a nickname?
Yeah. Scyorielaphas narrows his eyes at Adir.
Just give it some thought, is all I'm saying.
What is this? One of Andra's whelps?
His snout wrinkles at Takehu.
Hello.
Takehu swallows. Hot steam jets from the dragon's nostrils. I'm Klesia, captain of the Defiant. I take it you're the one causing the whole city to shake? Did you make up that title? Say nothing. Attack. I am your death, of course. I take it you're the one causing the whole city to shake.
You do not see chains around me, but I am confined all the same. One by one, every link shatters.
The dragon stares at the wards around the prison.
You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
His eyes narrow into slits.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about? I have more cause to trust them than I do you, fiend. The Huana didn't send me. Say nothing. I'm done talking. What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the Water Shapers. Those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art.
I just noticed that there's water dripping off his model. That's really cool. It's a nice touch.
An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
What covenant is that?
One struck in a different time, when the gods showered devotion on Huana. The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no Water Shapers to remember them. When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul.
This cannot be true, I say.
The half-breed's naivete is charming. I see why you suffer his company. And now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The luminous Adra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
You're the reason the Water Shapers are so powerful? The other Water Shapers knew nothing about this? Your soul is stuck here? Let me take a look. Bound or not, what do you plan on doing about it? I'm not sure I believe you. Correction. You will die. No. You're the reason the Water Shapers are so powerful.
The Huana of ages past could have shaped the very Deadfire to their liking. Now their backs have turned against Ngati's covenant. Their art is an echo of its former glory.
Raising a shaking hand to his mouth, Takehu blinks up at the dragon.
By Ngati, he speaks true.
Your disgrace. So pure and concentrated.
The other Water Shapers knew nothing about this?
Clever Pariki twisted the forms of her art. Rather than give obeisance to Ngati, they draw from the wards of this prison.
The dragon shows his teeth, his steaming breath rising from between his each fang.
None but the masters of the guild ever knew this.
Mother, Ngati never told me this, I say.
Takehu raises a shaking hand to his brow.
The goddess sent her insufferable tests. She never raised a fin to deliver me from this prison.
Scyorielaphas, whatever, growls long enough to send a tremor through the chamber. Your soul's stuck here. Let me take a look.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Submerging in the dragon's soul feels at first disorienting, like perusing the stacks of a vast library. The energy and vibrancy that should color his soul is gray and worn. From the shadows, a dark, formless thing reaches out to you in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperse its energy elsewhere to the Water Shaper students of Nekataka. As it touches you, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. You withdraw from the sensation, feeling shaky and depleted. It's true.
Believe what you will. Freedom
Oops.
comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
Scyorielaphas narrows his eyes and watches you carefully.
My gift to Periki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
The dragon lashes its tail in eager, repetitive circles.
We have a responsibility, I say.
Trailing off, Takehu pulls absently on one of his hairs.
But if he speaks truth, the Huana are better served if he remains.
Your opinion is irrelevant, half-breed.
Onagaza would have me killed if I set you free. There has to be another way. I have questions about you first, dragon. What happens to your captors if I do as you ask? Do I get something out of this arrangement? Letting you go deprives the Water Shapers of a useful asset. Say no more. Let's get you out of here. Counteroffer. I leave here with your head. I have questions about you first.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
You don't really have a choice. You think of yourself as a guardian?
That is a duty as old as the islands themselves. In ages past, there were 3 guardians. They watched over the Isles, the Adra, and lost to Kaizo.
That is similar to the tenets of Ngati's covenant.
Takehu furrows his brow.
You are perceptive for a fish.
What do you know of Okaizo?
A city where Kith spoke to gods. The heart of an empire. I know only what I hear. Ukaizo was gone before my time. Even its myth is dust and ashes.
You spoke of 3 guardians?
Creatures of unparalleled age and power. Bound, like me, to strengthen the Huana. If they still lived, no foreign ship would trespass on these islands.
Something on your mind, Takehu?
Akira, there is too much running through my head, I say.
Takehu touches his forehead spot.
For another time.
Takehu reaches up and touches his cheek with a shaking hand.
The fish is not ready to know what he only now suspects.
Something like a chuckle echoes in your mind. Back to my other question.
Ukaizo is lost beyond all memory. Better to forget that monument of hubris.
How did you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana waned. Crafty Periki sought me out to strike a deal. She used my soul as a crutch for her Water Shapers. In exchange, she vowed to protect the Adra.
But the Valians are mining the Adra. Water Shippers don't protect Adra, they hold back the Rautean Armada. Yeah, Valians are mining it.
Look upon me. Are you surprised that the Huana do not keep their promises? I came as an honored guest. The Water Shapers grew strong, and new conflicts replaced the old. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
You're bound here by your soul?
Periki and her crew forged wards that anchor my soul to this chamber. I am not chained here, but I am compelled to remain.
What if we excise the imprisoned portion of your soul from the rest?
No, my soul is not for the taking. Not by you, or any of the outsider spirit thieves.
It can be done without harming you. I just need to inspect the wards. If you're afraid, just say so. No one's taking your soul. We're just letting most of you free. Isn't that what you want?
How then? You have a plan for this mad scheme of yours?
I'd take a closer look at the ward stones for a start. He lets out a distasteful hiss.
Very well. I give you one chance. Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you. There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
The dragon unclenches his jaw and watches you in silence. Okay, so what are we doing? Decide what to do with the dragon. The dragon seeks freedom from the guild that long ago ensnared him. He makes promises of deepest gratitude, but releasing him could hamper the education of acolyte water shapers and cause unknowable havoc besides. The dragon warned me against wasting his time. He will summon more Naga and find another escape route if I delay. In exchange for his freedom, the dragon implied that he will assist me in a time of need. Alright, let's go look at this. A raised ward stone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved along its surface glow with a pale light. Inspect it. Enchantments coursing through the stone where it keeps the dragon tethered to the spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. The siphoning enchantment merely sips at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think it could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades, or longer if used responsibly. You can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The ward flashes, causing the rod of the Deep Hunter to tremble in your pack, as if the two share some arcane affinity for each other. Try to siphon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild, then break the imprisoning ward. Use the rod of the Deep Hunter to disable the enchantments. Strengthen the spell of imprisonment. So this is obviously the best choice, I feel like. Let's do that. The enchantment slips through your fingers in spite of its advanced age and depleted state. Clearly, someone built this prison to resist any potential meddling. Leave it be. Does each one say the same thing? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk to him again.
I make no promises to cooperate with your animancy games.
Well, I guess if it's between these two, we're going to release him. I'm trying to think back on our previous encounters with dragons. None of our previous encounters with dragons have been good for non-dragons. The only exception being the archmage who had like dragon pets. We had the sky dragon in Elmwood, I think it was called, or Twinwood, something like that, some sort of wood for the Irglamphath people, the Glamphethans. And they obviously weren't very good. Now they were protecting their young, so there's that, but they also, set up their nest where there were already people, so not great. And then we had in the White Marches that one frost alpine dragon, I think is what it's called, that was kind of feasting on people. It wasn't a very good dragon. And then finally we had the Audra dragon, which obviously was sending waves and waves of enemies up towards Catanua, which wasn't great. Granted, it had a raw deal. This guy here seems okay. If what he says is correct and he is a guardian, he should not... It seems like he was imprisoned against his will, which is the same case for the Audra Dragon, but I wish we could talk to him and say, like, hey, what are you going to do if we free you? The Queen wouldn't be happy. How much do we care about the Queen, though? Not a whole lot. I mean, we don't really have any allegiance in the Deadfire at the moment. I like the Huana people. They seem like a cool culture and interesting people and all that. But we don't owe them anything. We've not promised them anything. And I would like to believe that if she knew about this, she would say, no, stop doing that. But maybe she does know about this. Doesn't seem like she does, but... We're going to disable the enchantments. 3. The runes crackle as their power dissipates. In seconds, their light is extinguished, and the shapes of each arcane sigil lose definition until they fade into total obscurity.
I can feel the weight of this pit diminishing around me. Do not stop now.
I'm not doing this because I value our conversation. Let me work. Patience. I'm getting to it.
The next ward. Make haste.
Okay. Okay. The runes crackle and the power dissipates. In seconds, their light is extinguished. Okay, we'll do each one. One more. It's done. Scyorielaphas blinks down at you and rolls his shoulders as if for the first time.
The burden of this prison is lifted. I will return to the beloved Atra.
Scyorielaphas flexes his claws and lets out an exultant bellow. As long as you remember who helped you. Will you consider showing mercy against those who wronged you? Yeah, let's do that one.
Mercy. Only for those who showed mercy to me. The rest.
He splits his jaw into a lethal grin.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas, you will feel a welcome chill as my shadow passes over your deck. Depend on it.
Roaring with triumph, Scyorielaphas aims his body at the rocky ceiling and takes off. Okay. Scyorielaphas beats his wings, lifting his massive form above the ground of his watery prison. He stretches open his jaws and roars, the ensuing blast blowing out the top of his prison, exposing it to the sky above. For the first time in untold years, natural light floods the interior of the chamber. He snaps his wings a second time, flying through the exit with wild abandon, tilting at reckless, unpracticed angles as he builds incredible speed. When he emerges, shrieks of horror and dismay grow in volume. Yeah. Moments later, as he passes out of view, you hear an explosion of splintering wood, upheaved water, and incredible devastation as on the southwestern corner of the island. I didn't do it. I did not do it. It wasn't me. It was somebody else.
Yes, I shall.
Okay, we got stuff over here. Oh shit, was this here the whole time? I wonder if we could have used this to do what we needed to do. We'll take all of this though. Any of it down here? No. Okay, well.
Captain, a word.
Takehu inclines his head and touches his forehead spot. What's on your mind?
When I joined the guild, I was a fish in a dream.
Takehu looks at the ground between his feet.
Water Shapers were the keepers of our oldest covenant, protectors of history, heroes, I say. Now I see the guild only for what it has become. Ikera, a perversion of the oldest Huana art.
He grimaces and looks away. Myru lied to you, to everyone. You owe the guild nothing. The guild should have entrusted its strength. It should have trusted in the strength of its water shapers. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure. You will get through this. Stand by your faith in the guild. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure.
If the guild cannot depend on its own teachings, then difficult times lie ahead of us all. I do not want to tarry in this house of regret a moment longer. My thoughts will be clearer in time. You are kind to listen, I say.
No problem, buddy. Let's be off. Alright. Let's go see what kind of consequences we'll be facing for doing this. Hey, buddy. Your guild master's dead.
Onikaza will want your report, I say.
Hey.
Pariki should have known we could not keep a dragon forever.
Oh, you seem rather calm about it, to be honest. That's a good sign, right? He just doesn't seem too broken up at all.
You be looking at this the wrong way, lad. Like she be someone else inside your head.
Putting those cipher skills to work, aren't we?
The pair of you share a soul. One and the same. She... feminine side. Or mayhaps you be hers.
And both of us are equally capable of putting your snooping nose where it belongs.
Alright. Yep, we want to go to the rooftop. All the way to the top. I did arrive on the Defiant. Thank you for asking, Palace Spear Warden. Alright. Hi.
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
Oh, you know. I don't know. Onikaza raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
Onikaza pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me, what happened?
Oh, well, the Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon that the Water Shaper Guild had imprisoned in, the Water Shaper Guild is a mess on account of some snakes and a dragon. The guild had a very, very sizable infestation in the basement. Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon.
You do not jest.
The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
I don't jest at all, sir. Takehu folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something about the gesture causes Onikaza to hold her attention on him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Onikaza searches over your shoulder. Guildmaster Myru is dead. Scyorielaphas, whatever, the damn dragon, agreed to lend the Water Shapers his strength to protect the archipelago. Pariki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison. Myru's dead.
No, to lose a teacher of Myru's skill while Rawatai points their cannons at us?
Onikaza raises her hand to her mouth.
Takehu, my sympathies. I know yours was a turbulent apprenticeship.
Makara, the guild, they fought bravely, Highness.
Takehu nods, his lips pressed in a hard line.
Send every bird for my master water shapers. Tell them to cleave the ocean in half if they must. They will come to Nekataka now.
A pair of attendants bolt to attention and scramble down the stairs. Onikaza nurses her brow and sighs.
I once told Myru she was not allowed to retire while Rawatai's fleet darkened my ports. Nagati is not done testing me, I say.
Pariki captured the dragon long ago. I guess we'll go down in order. It looks like these might be one after another. The dragon agreed to lend his water shapers his strength to protect the archipelago.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onikaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendants make for their exit, Onakaza leans back in her throne and considers.
Ikera, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
Onakaza turns back to you, leaving Takehu to pull on his hair and frown.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The dragon's prison wards strengthen the souls of your water shapers. All I know is that anyone who learned water shaping here leached off the dragon's soul. The dragon's prison wards strengthened the souls of your water shapers.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and my ruse after her, all at the cost of this beast's freedom.
Onakaza raises her brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onakaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild...
Onakaza leans forward. You didn't see it flying away? I set him free. Nothing in Onakaza's outward bearing changes, but the silence of the rooftop garden feels especially oppressive. Then you notice the scratching sound of her nails in the armrest of her chair, and her tigers glance up at you with sudden attentiveness.
No, I say! Nagati close her teeth around your boat and Wodika scrawl your name in her log of disgrace.
Excuse me? What's the problem? What the guild did was wrong. I said it right. The dragon hates foreigners. I set him loose as a favor to you. It is a poor ruler who doesn't recognize what is under her feet, Onakaza. Ooh, I like that. Let's go toe-to-toe with her. Fuck yeah.
How dare you?
She sits back in her throne to the gasps of her attendants, all of whom give up any pretense of ignoring your exchange.
If my apprentices struggle to learn Nagati's art, then we have no hope of replenishing the ranks. And I do not have the luxury of patience. I cannot keep Rawatai in check if they do not recognize our strength. The guild can outlast this, but our enemies will test us beyond what we can endure.
This is my thanks for the help I gave your brother. I didn't set out to damage the Huana cause, your highness. Where do we go from here? I guess it's time to see if your rivals have any work available. Jesus. I didn't set out to damage the Huana cause, highness.
Then you are nothing but a fish puppet Ngati sent to trick us with cheap lures of hope. Even in desperate times, this falls beneath the expectations of the Kahanga crown. You may see yourself out.
A wave of concerned whispers crosses from one end of the rooftop to the other. Would you simply hand an ally to your competitors, Onakaza? Farewell, highness. I wish I could have done more for the Huana. Fine. Goodbye. Would you simply hand an ally to your competitors, Onakaza? She winces. An expectant murmur grows amongst the onlookers of the rooftop garden.
Wait. Water Shapers have kept this city in the hands of the Kahanga. A queen cannot do this alone.
She looks up at you, a deep furrow cleaving her brow.
You may work off your debt to the crown. I will swallow my pride if it keeps an ally under my roof.
The tension in the garden begins to ebb with the softening of Onakaza's tone. Just kidding, I quit. God damn. You can be a real asshole. Holy shit. Thank you for the second chance, highness. We'll thank her. I know we pretty much... Like, I do think I want to help the Huana. I like the Huana. I don't really care about the Valians or the Deadfire Company, to be honest. So really, it's either the Huana or myself. Thank you for the second chance, highness. And this is kind of like ceremony, right? There's a lot of people watching. We can't really go at it with everything we want to go at it with, right? Thank you for the second chance.
Thank the goddess. Pray that she finds you worthy of service. My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Neketaka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki. My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong.
Onakaza thumbs her chin and nods.
The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's iron fleet.
Onakaza smirks at the idea. I'll make contact with the Wahaki and hope for the best. I have questions before I agree to this. If I encounter any Wahaki on my travels, I'll consider your proposal. I've got questions.
Ask. I would not have you journeying to Oriokoiki uninformed.
She opens her palm to you and nods. Tell me more about them.
It is said the Wahaki did unspeakable things to survive the downfall of our ancestors, cannibalizing the injured and making blood sacrifices to the gods. As the dust settled, the other tribes learned to keep their distance from the tribe. Those who do not think like my brother say the Wahaki never recovered from the loss of Ukaizo.
Oriokoiki. What does that mean? She raises her brow to Kehu.
Akera, that would be the cursed land of corpses.
He coughs gently into his fist.
The corpses refer to the pungent Koiki trees. The curse.
She shrugs.
There are Nguithan ruins on the isle. I say our ancestors were either superstitious or had no taste for Koiki.
Oriokoiki, the cursed land of corpses? Oh, yeah, I knew that all along. Didn't you know that?
The corpses refer to the pungent Koiki trees. The curse.
She shrugs.
There are Nguithan ruins on the isle. I say our ancestors were either superstitious or had no taste for Koiki.
What do you seek to gain from this alliance?
The Huana are always stronger together than we were apart. I want the Wahaki to remember this. Today, we are tribes, united under the gods. Tomorrow, we can be an empire, and the Deadfire our protected haven.
I've heard enough.
Akera, then you will seek out the Wahaki and bring their strength to the Kahanga?
I'll make contact with them.
Sail for the Isle of Oriokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Neketaka. There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life.
Onakaza dismisses you with a nod. I'll remember that.
Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Wahaki are not a trusting people.
Onakaza nods and dismisses you with a wave. Alright. And there we go. Let's go ahead and level up before we end this episode. Alchemy and history. And we've got Watery Double. Creates a liquid copy of the druid that can cast a small set of low-level spells on his whip, boiling spray, and ocean burst. Neat. I think we're gonna want... That's not what I thought it was gonna be. Spell resistance, quick summoning, improved critical. Probably that one. We got Conjure Greater Blight. Gathers an immense quantity of stray soul fragments and coalesces them into a greater flame, storm, sand, ice, or earth blight. Summoning of one greater blight. That could be good. Rot Skulls. Summon weapon Rot Skulls for 5 rounds. Creates rotting disease-riddled skulls in hand of the caster. Acting as a ranged weapon that causes crush damage and implies a disease-based corrode area of effect that does damage over time. Can't get that one. Venom Bloom. Grows a beautiful but panic-inducing field of poisonous flowers that frighten, weaken, and deal raw damage over time to those in the area of effect. And finally, Garden of Life. Hastens Breath's Wheel, causing rejuvenating plants to spring up in the corpses of the fallen, heal allies in the area of effect. Cool. But I think we're going to get the Greater Blight and quick summoning. Alright. Awesome. So we have to remember to talk to Kehu in the next episode, but that's it for this one. In the next one, we'll do that with the Kehu, and then we'll decide where we're going to go, because I think we're done in Nakataka for now. So we'll have to see where we're going to go next. Probably Pukakahara, because that's been on our list for a while. I think that's where we'll go next. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.